If you can't kill a boss, no reason why you can't look like one. Moogle, putting the WoW in transmogs. Classic warrior. Incidentally, this is just a classic warrior look with the gold and dark green. Looks really regal, looks really epic. Most of this is Wrath of the Lich King from different sources in the Lich King. I do believe the gloves are from Legion, the belt is from BFA, the legs and the chest are from a place called Shadowlands, as I do believe the cape is from Shadowlands too. Not 100% sure though. Wrath of the Lich King on the headpiece, that weapon, I'm not exactly sure, but you can check the link in the description, which will lead you to Wowhead. You can check it out in the Wowhead dressing room on the Wowhead model viewer. And you can change the race, you can change the gender, you can show whatever race that your warrior is, and it just makes things incredibly easier for everybody, including myself. I save some production time, and this can also be interactive. So if there's an Xmog that you love on your warrior, put it in a Wowhead dressing room file and email it to me. If I share your enthusiasm, I'll produce it. Predominantly, this is a Kyrian set, which brings you to Shadowlands. We got the tabard. What is that tabard from? That tabard is from BFA, I do believe. The belt is from Legion. The sword, Shadowlands, and most of this set is from Shadowlands, from the Kyrian. And I think it's a really cool set. This would also work with DK, actually. I gotta make this set for DK. The chest and the legs are from the last tier in Legion. So we got a little couple of xpacs going on here, and of course those goggles, which I overuse, but I like those engineering goggles. Kind of reminds me of Star Trek Locutus and the Borg, you know. And the Borg are cool, sort of. You know, I mean, people are afraid of the Borg, and maybe they think you're a Borg if there's I don't know what I'm talking about. But I overuse those goggles. I admit it, I overuse them, but they go with they go with sets. This is largely a mix of, I was gonna say, well, Cata on the chest and the legs, and I do believe the bracers, the shoulders are from WoD. I'm not sure where that weapon is from. I get a lot of use out of that weapon too. And those cool looking, what are those, tentacles or spider legs dipped in red ink? Those are obviously from Shadowlands, and of course, yes, I'm overusing the engineering goggles. But this is a classic warrior look. This is a classic blood DK look as well. And I think the boots are from Wrath of the Lich King. I'm not sure, or could be Cata on that. But you could always check the link in the description, which will take you to Wowhead, which will take you to the Wowhead dressing room, model viewer there. You could switch the gender, you could switch the race, show your warrior with this gear, see how it looks before you go out there and acquire it. If you've been watching these videos for a while, you'll say this looks familiar, and you're right. I produced this set before, but I made a few changes, particularly the belt, and I think I added the tabard and also changed the cloak, which you'll see in a few seconds. Got a Lady Draenor showcasing, so there's the cloak. That cloak is definitely from Shadowlands, and I do believe I initially made this set in BFA. It's largely the tier set from, well, not the tier set, but the class set from Legion. And then we got a mix of, that sword really just works something incredible with this warrior set. And of course, you don't have to wear the tabard if you don't want to. I believe that tabard is the Order of Embers, but you don't have to wear it. You easily put together the set without the tabard. But I tend to think it looks better with the tabard. It goes, just the coloring and the texture goes really well. Yeah, cool set for warriors. The big head basher mace goes extraordinarily well with this set. Really good looking set for warriors. We got a little bit of BFA. I believe the mace there is from BFA, as well as the belt and the boots. You got that mask, that COVID mask, that's from Wrath of the Lich King. How Wrath of the Lich King knew COVID would happen 10 years later, actually more than, 10 years later, is beyond me. But yeah, that's a COVID mask from Wrath of the Lich King, and a lot of pieces from BFA in this set. Of course, I think the cloak there is from Shadowlands, not 100% sure. But kind of a dark, kind of a badass look here for warriors, and those yellow jewels just go really well with the brown overall. It's kind of a classic look, and I think it does work for the class fantasy. And it's kind of a unique look, very smooth look for warriors. Not too flashy, but more classic warrior. When I took another look at this set, I thought, yeah, blood DK, but I can't because of the chest and the legs, which are a PvP tier from a place called the Burning Crusade. So that's just for warriors, but this is a really cool look for warriors. Especially that mace goes extraordinarily well with the set. This is a bit of Shadowlands. This is a bit of the Burning Crusade. Actually, a lot of Shadowlands. That back piece is Shadowlands. The headpiece is from WoD. So a little bit of Burning Crusade, bit of WoD, and Shadowlands round out this really, really cool set for warriors. I mean, this is a scary looking set. This is going to put the fear of God in those NPCs while you're doing a raid, or other players if you're into PvP. They're going to notice this set, and they're going to run the other way when they start to see you. And you're going to have to charge them and stun them and charge them and stun them in order to catch them, because this is a really, really cool looking warrior set as I pull a muscle in my arm, patting myself on the back. I think I initially showcased this for Paladin and also for DK, and I'm thinking, yeah, it works for warriors. It really does. It works for warriors. So a lot of this is a mix of both Shadowlands and BFA. What we're going to pull from BFA pretty much are just the shoulders there and the cloak and maybe the headpiece. I'm not exactly sure where that's from, but you can check the link in the description, which will send you over to Wowhead and bring you right to the dressing room with this set already there. And then you can switch the gender. You could switch the race. Well, if you're playing an Orc Warrior, you can see how this looks on an Orc Warrior. If you're playing a Draenei Warrior, you can see how it looks on a Draenei Warrior. If you're playing a Gnome or a Goblin Warrior, whatever it is, it just makes things very easy for people to see before they go out and acquire the pieces. And it makes it easier for me too, because I don't have to put all the titles up there, which take time. Going with a mix of Mop and, of course, Wrath of the Lich King on the chest and legs, Mop being the belt, the boots and the shoulders, pulling out with the goggles, which are engineering goggles, which I tend to overuse, but they look really cool, especially with this set, as you can see on a Lady Draenei. I do believe the weapon, which is a two-handed weapon, is a drop from Isle Expeditions, which means that you could also purchase it on the auction house if you're lucky. The cool thing about that is you could grind out some Isle Expeditions, and if you don't get the sword, you could basically sell what you do get and maybe have enough gold to pick up the sword. And of course, that cloak in the back there, well, that's from Shadowlands. So we have a few different xpacs rounding out this pretty cool, rugged-looking warrior set. It's got a little bit of a hint, just a little bit of a hint of Death Knight, because that chest and legs looks very similar to a couple of DK tiers from way back when. Big fan here of the Mop PvP warrior gear, particularly the Malevolent and Dreadful sets, and I think we got a good mix here. I have produced this in the past. I did change a couple of things, and when I mean the past, I mean years, not months or weeks ago, but this is a truly classic look for warriors. I have a cape there from Legion, but a lot of this is from Mop, and that belt obviously from Mop, but different sources in Mop. So that's what makes it kind of unique, and that weapon goes incredibly well with this overall set. So very classic look here for warriors. It looks unique, and most importantly, it looks pretty darn cool. But that's my opinion. My opinion doesn't necessarily count. I'm wearing an arm brace for patting myself on the back with some of these. But keep in mind, if you have something better or something different for warriors, you could always submit it, and if I share your enthusiasm, I'll produce it, give you a shout out. Wrath and basically Shadowlands round out this set. Shadowlands being the shoulders and the boots. Of course, the gloves are from the Venthyr. The chest and the legs and headpiece all from Ulduar. which is Wrath of the Lich King. The belt is from Mop, also from Ulduar. I do believe that sword is from Ulduar. And you got a back piece from Shadowlands as well. This is a very classic warrior look. You got that bronzy, browny gold going with the splashes of orange, which really makes for a very unique capture your look, capture your eye kind of Xmog set. It's unique, and it does fit the class fantasy. Maybe the back piece be great if it had some sort of gold shine to it, but not gold, but orangey shine to it like you see in the chest and the belt and the headpiece, but it doesn't. That would be absolutely amazing. But nonetheless, you gotta suspend your belief a little bit and have some flexibility. And yeah, I think this is a great, great looking warrior set. Once again, my name is Luxeley. I want to thank everyone for stopping by and leave you with one final thought. Whatever it is, by you, whether it's morning, afternoon, or night, make your day epic. Thank you for watching.